no, I think everything's been covered, it.
Sharon, really, I think you can cover what I was on a couple things.
Everything's been covered.
It's been pretty thorough, you know.
The only thing I had was, I got to sign in the norms for that memorial
Oh,
park.
did you?
Oh, yeah.
And Jim's gonna work on the lettering and then we can put it up.
Great.
I wouldn't care for council or somebody to guide us in what you'd like for that to say. You know what I'm saying, like, if you know what you want it to say, we'll,
It was,
Take a vote on it or
I
something.
don't, well, not even a vote, I mean, everybody just has ideas of what you want on that sign. Like, how many years did she serve on council?
I
or-
see, that I wouldn't know.
Okay.
But what I had suggested was that it was Norma Boy's Memorial Park, but I didn't know her middle name, but Norma
Norma
Jean
Jean.
Boyer's Memorial Park.
Jean with a J.
I think it's a G.
G?
I don't know. Well, if you don't,
We better check
you
in
better
that
check
for
on
sure.
that. to make
Yeah,
sure.
I don't wanna
Well,
get it.
he should know. He'll find out.
Yeah, okay. So.
Faith might have some information on how many terms she served.
The questionnaires that we do, she filled one out,
Oh, that's right.
okay, so I'll pull that and make a copy.
I think it's
That's
gonna be-
It'd be nice to
I
have that
think
on
she
there.
said she over the city,
Well,
the
no.
government's, like,
She, what she
4
was
years.
counting is working in
election.
elections.
But as far as anything else, Jim, if you think of something that needs to be added on there at the bottom, well, use your own judgment. You
I
make
saw
a
that,
Yeah.
y'all want that on the bottom?
Cause that's her biggest quote
I
here,
mean,
the office block.
Do y'all want that on the bottom of that? Something
Oh, you'd
like
have too
that?
many people asking
What
what it
is
was.
it? Well, that'd be a
Mock
good
fly.
subject.
I think everybody
Put it on the
knows
very
that
bottom.
Harlan County goes with that thing.
That'd be a good conversation starter
Hey,
at that part.
if people ask questions, you have a story.
That's right, that'd be a good storyteller.
Your kid's in the paper several
If she
times.
wasn't saying that, she'd have said, we've done this to man tree.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times she said that.
You'd already got her water bill.
Okay.
A woman of very interesting words.
She was. Oh, something else is, this company right here, I don't know if they've paid me in yet, with the record service.
Not in
They're
here.
gonna bring you their $1 million
I
coverage,
should have a certification of insurance.
They got it.
Policy.
but they're, this card's for you.
Okay.
But they've got a fenced in, secure lot, everything that's required, so now you'll have somebody to be able to call when you have to
Right.
tow one and have it secured.
That's
But,
good.
I talked to him yesterday, but
But he has got his insurance policy.
I've seen the whole nine thing.
Long as he's got that,
Actually, he had to go through the state police, $1 million.
Yeah, it's $1 million policy, so
So
it's.
he's got it. But he's gonna bring it to you and let you put it on record here at City Hall and
Okay.
all that good
We'll
stuff,
do what
because
we
I
do.
know you need one.
Yeah.
So is that like impounding or just
Towing,
towing?
yeah.
Towing or hauling or impounding,
Okay.
about
Yeah,
all
there's
of
really
it.
nobody up there that does that.
Because for him, they have to have a secured lot.
Yeah, and we gotta have.
Yeah.
those.
They just got the coverage, and he's gonna come by and talk to City Hall and do it all, but I just wanted to give you that card so you would know. And, he'll come by and see you, Carolyn.
All right, you got anything else, sir?
No.
How about you?
No.
What you, Mr.
The only thing I have is if you could check on our committees and see if we need to find some new people to serve so we can maybe start getting some in the buildings and things we've talked about.
Well, I've checked on that, and that's a slow process, getting people, I mean, really,
Nobody wants one.
I mean,
Maybe check.
it took me,
Revert the power back.
it took me begging and
Get women.
everything to get.
Yeah, get women. That's right there.
Well, let's put it this way, if anybody has any suggestions, as to who would serve on a committee,
What, now, we're talking about the,
planning and zoning,
zoning and sliding building or something, is that right?
yeah, and all that. Just getting people to volunteer, be more active in it.
Well, would that be anything that we'd want to publicize that we're maybe trying to
Put the city.
Yeah, we can put it on that
Ask for
road.
volunteers.
ask for volunteers to be interested in it or something?
That's what makes legal wise with, spot deals, planning and zoning, any kind of enforcements that he might have to do, he'd have to have that in place.
So maybe put it on that rolling thing on TV and see if anybody's interested. Anybody have people coming out of the woodworks?
No, yeah, volunteers, you can do it.
Yep.
Good idea, you write that down.
Okay, that's you.
That's all I have.
Let's see, you wanna go ahead and give
Yeah, I'll
your
give a
report
quick
for
thing here. I'll give them out this, but, we just recently, as of Friday, had one of our officers graduate out of the academy, so I'm trying to get him back. Jason Bland, so I'm trying to get him back. Also, we have our taser grant, finally got it in, and we've got a sample or two coming, and we've got one, and we've been looking at it. And I think we could purchase, but you won't have to go with Taser Incorporated, but there's another brand that's as good or better, that uses both type cartridges. I think I can get set of 6, we may get 7 of those, plus a bunch more cartridges for the same amount of money.
Now, if you do, would you want to be certified police officers using them?
Oh, yeah, you can't even carry these or possess them unless you're certified, all officers are certified.
Not
Yeah,
sent them to the academy?
No,
No, they don't
we
do
checked
that.
on that, yeah, they don't do that.
They do it, we have a certified instructor from.
No, I mean, the officer has to have been to the police academy before he can carry it?
Found that
Anybody can carry it as a police officer if you've been certified by a certified state instructor.
I found that out.
There's 2 in this county, and I won't mention names out here in the public, but we did use one the other day and taken and certified on Taser on 2 hours, and one's been on Scout certified the other day.
Yeah.
And you said that all officers are certified with that already?
All come to here.
Oh, that's, yeah,
You
well,
been
yeah,
certified in
that's a good point.
I was gonna see if you let me shoot you one.
I got to shoot one.
Oh, I already know.
I had, yeah, I had to state police, and so state police, he done.
I'll take it out.
I got a call one
I
time.
said that I already know all that, but I'll take it out. Cause I get this every
I was
day.
actually at the other end of it, I volunteered.
Hey, another thing, the new ones that we're probably gonna buy, I won't mention no name brands, because I got one more coming. But it also shoots pepper balls, you know, like pepper spray,
Yeah.
but it actually shoots a ball and hits you in the chest and it disperses. Also, it's got a powder type stuff that gets you dispersed in your face. And also, we got rubber balls that shoots in this cartridge, it's all in the cartridge.
That's what I was gonna say.
And, I thought that was pretty neat, plus it shoots a regular type cartridge. And it all interchanges with the old tasers that we have, which we just have 3
So
of
it's
them.
just a cartridge on the end of
Yeah,
it?
it's a little square cartridge, but just clips in there.
It might come in handy when you have the bird call.
Yeah, really, because I'm.
I don't know if you all know or not, I didn't until I asked. But these guys that are taser certified, they have to actually be shot themselves before they're
Oh,
certified.
yeah, where you catch, you have.
I didn't.
You have to.
So all y'all be certified.
So y'all won't be certified?
I'm not certified, but I've been,
I should,
I've volunteered for it one time.
huh?
I volunteered for it.
But that's all
I
I've
would
got.
be screwed.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
Sandy, I didn't know you were coming tonight. Did you wanna say anything?
No, I will next council meeting.
Okay, Stanley is the new, as of yesterday, is the new superintendent. New
Will you take that
supervisor
position too,
of
won't you?
department. He got a $2 raise.
That's good, we're glad to have you back now.
So, and Stanley is out in, he's a go-getter. I
Yeah,
have
he
to
is.
chase him
He
down
sure
on the
is.
sidewalks and everything when I want to talk to him.
Hard to
He's
keep
out
up with him,
all
ain't
day.
And
Yeah, it's hard to
that was
keep up with
effective
him.
yesterday, did you say?
Yeah, effective yesterday. I talked to him Friday and it went into effect yesterday. And he signed his, job description all after he read it, so he understands his job. And that's something I'm doing too, is gonna go to each employee, get them to review their job description and sign it for them, to make sure they understand. But it's day to day, it's, can't get everything done one day. The next thing, is everybody through their comments? Next thing we have on the agenda is nomination and any necessary action on the vacant council seat. So, I guess that we're up for motions, if anybody has anything.
Under KRSA 3804, being in compliance with it, I make a move to make a motion to appoint Teresa Raw to fill in the remaining term of the vacant council seat.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Anybody else make a
would like to make a motion that, under the same regulations, that the red corner become available for the city.
Okay, do we have a second? No second? Well, there's no second, so we'll vote on, Teresa to fill the vacancy, so. You do a roll call, and she's on one, go second.
Ron Gillum,
Yes.
Jerry Gillum,
Yes.
Jarvis, Raleigh,
Yes.
Bush.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm not explaining, I gotta go home at that moment. Ain't on record?
When Teresa's been here, I mean, she's been here
She
on
knows
these council
You
meetings,
can
so
look
she's
it
been
up.
here before
I
I
can't
even
make a
started
motion, but I
so,
can
yeah.
vote.
So that's,
I know,
one thing.
I don't think you've ever missed a meeting.
Maybe one when Sheila was, well, when Sheila was sick.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
She going there.
no, she ain't been sworn.
She'll be sworn in. She got 30 days.
There we go.
Yeah, 30 days to swear in.
Take it back out.
Or she can do it.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the general is general issues and comments from the public. Limit to 3 minutes per comment, please. So,
I have one right off the bat.
uh,
Oh my gosh, y'all names.
not just swear in.
On our street, under the other mayor that was here, we had had them come and look. We've had a water leak. That's just a mess. I don't know where
Well,
it's,
let me just ask one question. Have you called City Hall and told us?
no, not since you've been here.
That's your problem.
So we can call City Hall.
Yes, you call City
So
Hall.
we'll do that.
Complaints, you have a list and send them out.
Okay,
She'll be calling you
Problem
tomorrow.
taken care of, call tomorrow.
okay.
Thank you.
Meet at City Hall, sorry. Are we open through the lunch?
We are.
Oh,
We
Yes,
are.
we are.
Is it that easily fixed?
Pardon?
Is it that easily fixed?
We send the gentleman out, all you have to do is call.
Okay, okay.
We have no problem sending them out, they're happy to come out and check. That's what I gave the council members, I gave them a list of all the leaks and everything that guys.
Well, we don't have a water leak,
Uh-huh.
but
So we got a road problem.
we've got road problems and we've got drug problems.
If you have a road problem, I'll put you on the list, that's all I can promise on the
Okay.
roads. I've got a list, and everybody I tell when money
Well, the
comes
only
in-
thing is that the school bus blew a tire up there right at the top of the hill where we had to have some road work done,
Mhm.
okay? And then that whole hill up on Wickham Drive is terrible up through there and then up, coming up where we are. And the FedEx truck can barely get up through there whenever he comes up.
You know where that's at, Wayne?
We have more traffic than they do, you all do probably on,
Radio station here?
what, honey?
Radio station?
Yeah, we have more traffic than you all do on East and West Main Street. I would vouch for that because it's coming and going at all times. And there's old ragged trucks with the beds loose, you know, and Reuben and I, we seldom ever sleep more than 5 hours at night. It doesn't shut down until 12 o'clock and it starts back up at 5:30 in the morning. And
traffic, you're saying
we
traffic?
have got some terrible problems and it's almost lethal. I'm talking about people coming down the wrong way because they're trying to get out as quick as they possibly can. They're walking in from out of town all over the place, and it needs to be addressed. I mean, it is really, really bad, and we have tried to be quiet for about 5 years now, but it is just getting out of hand. And I tell you what bothers me more than anything is these children that are walking down to Club 180, the children coming out of the project, out of there, and these people are walking, and they will walk because it's easy for them to come in and not bring a car, because I started taking license plate numbers. And the boys have, made some smart remarks to me, but I told them, you know what you're doing? I had to go to school for, and it's illegal. And my children had to go to school to get licensed, to do what you're doing. And I said, I won't tolerate it in my face, and it's going to stop. But it didn't make any difference. And I have called Unite. I've called everybody that I know to call. But something is going to have to be done within your city. If you don't, the children in the project and everywhere else is going to be destroyed. And that's what I am about, is the kids and the people.
Well, the kids are the future.
They're precious to us. And the little children have no transportation. If they're going to the playground or wherever they're going, they don't have any transportation. They've got to walk right through that.
I will be here tomorrow. Do y'all have an opportunity to come by?
What,
and see-
darling? I can't hear you.
I am in tomorrow. Will y'all have an opportunity to come by and see me tomorrow and let me?
I would love it. You know what? This is for all of us, and that's what I want, is to get this town cleaned up, because we were just in Pikeville today. Reuben went over to the ophthalmologist. That's why he's had dark glasses on. He had his pupils dilated. And the doctors over there are absolutely beyond themselves, because they have got heroin already in that area. It's not going to be long till we'll be seeing that, because we have got a young man that they have put in jail I don't know how many times. And so we've got to do something. We need to start talking about it, because it's our kids. I don't care whose parents they are, but they're our kids, and I want them to have the very best they possibly
If you
can.
don't care, if you get an opportunity to come by tomorrow and
Okay,
see
I
me.
appreciate that, Carolyn, and congratulations.
Well, thank you. No, condolences. But if you'll come
You're
by
brave.
tomorrow,
I
if
can
you'll
say
come
you're
by
brave.
tomorrow, we'll get Wayne together and
Yeah,
we'll have a little discussion, see what we can work out. 'Cause
I surely hope so.
The city belongs to the people, and this is your town hall.
Well, another thing, the project up there, there's so many elderlies in there, and they leave their doors open, and these people are, some of them are high. I've seen 2 incidents just in the last 3 months where they ingested what they had gotten. They got sick sitting on the church steps, and they slid down the wall. Please don't put this in the paper. But anyway, I don't know what I do with them, but I'm secured. I've got cameras and everything else. I know who it was unless it's Loretta.
I know one thing, they sure got a rat problem right from their house.
Stan, I am so glad that you
I'm
mentioned
talking
that.
about dog-sized rats.
Yeah, and they have had Unite up there, they've had social workers up there, but nothing takes
You need to tell me,
place.
Stan, where those rats are. Is it somebody I can?
They're on
call?
Hurd Street.
I talked to a guy
The health
last night.
department's already, I think the health department's already been up there on this thing.
Yeah, they
I know
have.
the police has too.
Well, that's another thing tomorrow, bring up to me, and we'll discuss it tomorrow.
Okay,
I appreciate you bringing this.
But please, nobody say anything.
When we go pick up the garbage, when you pick the sacks out of his garbage can, all the garbage is gone, falls out of it because
No,
of
it's
the rats.
right
They-
next up-
They'll
out
come
the
right out of
street
the,
where I
right out of
live.
the garbage can, go right underneath the hill right there by the
Built
church.
a weed killed 8. Right,
Yep.
just a day or 2 ago, and then he killed 2
But I
cows.
appreciate you coming by tomorrow, because
Yeah.
that's something we need to talk about.
Okay,
Shot him with a limb.
I appreciate it, because I think it's gonna make a great difference if we can stop it.
I have a question. Yes, you said something about foot patrol. Are they going to be covering the whole town or neighborhood?
They are doing foot patrol in different areas, mainly in where the businesses are right now. But they are being seen in each area. They are going to all areas now. You should be seeing them in your
Okay.
area.
You know where I live,
Yeah.
and I have those high hedges in front of my house. And there's actually people standing in front of those hedges because they think that we can't be seeing them if we're sitting in the front doing drug deals. And the bridge, the walk across bridge,
Yeah.
and I have reported this before, about a year ago. We found syringes down there they've been doing drugs
On the
down
bridge
there.
or drove over?
Down there under the bridge. And they sometimes start fires, and as far as I know, they're still doing it. And, you know, they can very easily walk up my bank there and be in my yard.
Do you have, is it just different times during the night?
It's not every night, but it's happening
But now
often.
they are doing foot patrol and.
Well, I'm right downtown, so they
For safety
should,
purposes of the policemen and also because safety of the buildings and the citizens, I'm not gonna tell you what times they're doing it. Because that's, you don't
Yeah.
want anybody to know what time you're doing it.
well, that's true. That's true. I just wish they'd
And
check.
as far as being in the different sections, I don't want anybody to know when that's gonna be. But they are doing it, and I'm getting their daily reports, so I know they're doing it.
Did you say you were gonna get tasers for them?
They already have them.
Oh, they do have? Well, great.
It's getting more, so. And
We're
that,
getting, we're getting new ones.
I think that, is that the grant that David put
Yeah.
in for you? So we'll give David a high
Yeah.
five on that. David worked on that grant for them, so.
So
but
too, don't be afraid to call the cops when you.
Joanne,
Because if you're afraid they're gonna tell,
put that on the
you're
list,
not
we'll
allowed
talk
to
about
tell
that
them to
tomorrow,
call.
how we
So
handle
they'll
this
get
situation.
a lot.
Cause I can understand where those hedges are and stuff.
Mhm.
But now those syringes laying around, stuff like that, now that's a.
Well, there was also a bottle down there, and this was just sometime after Rite Aid had been robbed.
Uh-huh.
And we found a bottle. We took it, we called the police, and they never, whoever, I don't even know who was on the police force at that time. I don't know if Wayne was on there. But they seemed disinterested in what we'd told them. They never bothered to come get the bottle.
I wonder, you don't know how long ago that was?
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
I don't think you've been here.
Because if you ever have that problem now, you let me know,
Okay.
because I don't think you'll have that problem now.
Well, I deeply appreciate it. I certainly do. Now, you know, the church is there, okay? And it doesn't bother them. And we're there about 3 nights out of a week, you
I
know.
recommend anytime anybody sees that, sitting behind a building, hedges, cars, really, get on the phone, stop
Yeah.
it.
Call the dispatcher and tell them, I've got a problem here.
And if it don't get handled, come and
Yeah,
talk
I
to the
mean,
mayor.
let me know.
We have,
And I'll find out why.
we have, and they say, well, we'll call, but I don't know whether they ever do or not.
We definitely in Cumberland need to make a point that drug dealers and drug users are not welcome.
That's right.
Well, I think they need to be put out of the city.
Yeah.
And we need to
I
write up
have a
some kind of
perfect
ordinance
solution.
or something. If they're caught, give them so many times and move them out of the city.
Remember, prohibition?
Feed them all the drugs they want. Just give them all, everything. And let one die off at a time, and Jim does be so busy that
They'd be happy
But different
I wanna thank you for the
prohibition.
nomination.
You have no liquor, you have more liquor.
But I
than
just
ever.
have accepted-
Same way with drugs.
we have our 101-year-old father-in-law at our house that we're caring for.
That is a job.
Thank you,
That is.
and congratulations to Teresa.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have anything they'd like to ask or? But now, if you have any problems, that's what we're here for. And I explained it to all the personnel, and all the personnel knows, the city belongs to the people. Doesn't belong to City Hall. City Hall belongs to each and every one of us.
I'd like
So we all
to,
work together and we all try to make things better. Can I help you?
yeah, I'd like to ask one thing.
Yeah,
I think the world of Wayne Creech. I've known him for a long time.
uh-huh.
But, one thing I'd like to know, how come the state's coming into town and, stopping people, giving them, writing tickets and the city's not?
Well, now they are writing some tickets because
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have a list in here, I can show you where they're writing tickets.
Well, I
But now,
watched,
the state has, they have jurisdiction all over the
No,
state,
ma'am.
they can do it anywhere.
oh man.
Yes, they do.
Well,
That's
I
what
used to
the state
be a
police
police officer in Cumberland, and I know they run them out. They told them
Well,
if they need them,
I'm not
they
running
give
the
them
state
back.
police out, we
Well,
need
I'm
all
not
the
saying
that
that.
you can get.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the state statute, you can't run a state
No,
police out.
Well, I
Cumberland.
know one mayor did, but.
But when you got two police cars sitting in town and all these others are stopping people and they just sitting and watching.
No,
Yes, ma'am.
I've got this list right here, I'm sorry,
I'm
but I know
too.
what they're doing every day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's citations.
'Cause I went to run about, what, how long's it been, Ron?
Couple of weeks ago, I believe.
I watched eight cars stopped by a state trooper and 2 city policemen sitting right there and watched them the whole time. Never done nothing, never stopped
Well,
nobody. They
here's
sit
the
right
thing
there and
about it.
talked to 8 people.
Yeah, that's before I came in.
That's
But
old mayor.
another thing too is, those state police may have had a tip and they've been looking for a certain vehicle. I don't know. That
And they
happened
got
too.
radar in every car they've got, and
Yeah.
they write speed tickets, I wanna tell you, that's what state
Well,
police does, that's
yeah,
one
they
of their
do.
purposes out there on the highways, is to write tickets, and you go through the city county, you're gonna get a ticket. You're on Back Street, you're gonna get a ticket,
We
you're
don't
on
have
119, you're gonna get a ticket.
radar and all
I've
that.
got one radar that works in my whole fleet, so I've got 5 cars and 1 radar unit, so. Without radar units in all my cars, I can't write a speed ticket, so.
It's a secret.
But the state police will write you a speed ticket,
Yeah,
I'll
they
assure
do.
you that, and I'll,
And I'm gonna tell you why they're writing them, because everybody is hurt for money right now, that's one way.
They
It's a
should.
federal-
Right,
it's a
I know
federal
that.
grant. They're on
Yeah, I
federal-
know that.
They're on federal overtime, federal grants. And to be on that, if you'll check the KRS on it, and when they're on federal overtime, you've gotta write so many tickets within an hour, that's the reason they stop everybody coming right
I
one
know
ticket.
that too. I know that.
And they're
They
gonna
got
do it.
quotas.
I know
Because the
Glenn
state
Shepard,
boys
I know
out there,
Glenn
they stop them
Shepard
too.
and Darrell Roberts both went and asked them to stay out of
Now,
town.
that's
Until they
that's
was
history.
called.
You
Is that
cannot do
right?
that. Now, take my word for it, you look
Okay.
at KRS, call your lawyer,
Like
you
I
cannot
said,
run the state police.
Well, I don't think we should be paying the policemen for something that they ain't gonna do. That's just like her problem.
Can't run them out, I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, the city ought to be doing something about it.
I mean,
That's all I'm saying,
I'm not
Wayne.
gonna go into it. If you won't come see me, I'll tell you a whole lot that you need to get caught up on. Then you'll know how the picture is, so.
Okay.
We have some guys from here in town that hasn't been graduated too awfully long, that live here in town, that are new state troopers.
Well, yeah, that's
So-
true.
They will.
Yeah, so you're gonna see
They're gonna
their
come watch our
cars
community
here
more, I
too.
think.
You're fixing to have about 3 or 4 more up in here, sure. New graduates.
Well,
Oh,
that may
new
take care of the
graduates.
problem he's just talking about. More the merrier.
Because I don't, I mean, bring the army in, I don't care, I want some protection, you know? If the state police, if the state police are coming in here, won't hurt them. Can't anybody. But if you have that problem,
Oh,
if you see anybody throwing anything off the bridge or somebody setting something on fire, call. Because now, I have a police band at home and I hear what they're doing, I know they're working. So,
well, I even went far enough to, have someone from the sheriff's department to come to
thank
my
you,
home.
sir, for coming.
Pardon?
Well,
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I had someone from the sheriff's department to come to my home, and he knew about it, but things messed up down there,
Yeah.
I mean, he's seen with his own eyes.
Well, we'll do all we can to help you, so you just come by tomorrow, so. Does anybody else have anything? If not, then I'd like to.
I have, oh, you done set me down, now can I speak?
Yes, you can.
I wanna say I've been coming to a lot of county, pay attention now, I'm
You know
sorry.
about it, don't you?
I
She said
I
know
could
about
speak. I've been to
You
a lot
know
of
about
council
it, don't
meetings,
you?
Jerry Yvonne, and
It's
Charles,
all-
David. Yeah, and I saw law, and I want to tell you
That
that,
floor
I
in
hope
that
you
house,
continue,
they said that
What
that
you just
baby
did
was
was
crawling
wonderful.
on. You couldn't have took another
What you
four
continue
show
to
it
keep
before
those
it got the
council
dirt
informed.
up.
That's all I think this council wants from their mayor, is to be informed. And if they're not informed, like y'all were kept in the dark. You didn't know what the budget was, you didn't know he took it upon himself to take care of everything. And now they're informed, so they can help you.
Keep
And I think you did a wonderful job. And I think you just need to,
Here's the thing about it, things are like they are,
Yes.
it's nobody's fault, it's the way it is, it's black
the way
and
it
white.
is.
You gotta pick up and go on, we need to do the best we can.
the informing
And so we.
is the
so
most
we-
important
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
If you're not,
Well,
if y'all
we're-
wasn't informed, so you all was bickering because you wasn't informed of what was going on.
We're just trying to inform them of things that I
And
know
I think
would like to
you have a
know.
great council, and I think y'all can get a lot of things done. I really do.
So this city hall is open to suggestions, anything. We're glad to take comments, we're glad to take suggestions. It don't mean it always will be accepted, but we will take them.
Outlive the city. Outlive the city.
So any
You know, but you know, I
ideas-
shop
any
here and I think I
ideas
have
we
the right to.
appreciate, any way we can improve or anything. I
Well,
mean,
we
we're
better
all
be
open for
family
it.
because we don't have any money, that's for sure.
Nobody has any money.
We better be family because we may all be eating at the other one's table before
And
it's
I
over.
think, you know, I heard that through the newspaper, and Jerry probably told me that we did get both service taxes coming in. I don't know how that's
Well,
gonna be
the whole
divided.
severance taxes coming into the county, I think was 25,000 is what I understand, but it's gonna be split up, it's still not gonna be anything.
No, it's not gonna be that,
But it is gonna be a nice addition.
It's
Now,
not.
if we got the 25,000, that would be a nice
Oh,
addition.
yeah.
if we could.
Now, you're getting a little bit, maybe next year, we're hoping.
Oh,
you're
Pretty good. So, if nobody has anything else, then I'd like to adjourn the meeting, so.
Make a motion for adjourn.
Third,
Unless you're tired, you're
I don't want them to vote for them.